paraphrase Friedrich Nietzsche, if a man came to you and said that you were going to be forced to replay your entire life from start to finish, doing the exact same things that you did in your first life, all the same decisions, all the things that happened to you, would you curse that man and call him a demon? Or would you praise that man and believe him to be an angel? And I find that question to be particularly apt, because right here is where I tried to hang myself several years ago. And now I'm sleeping less than a few feet from where I tried to end my life as a younger man. And my family has asked, hey, how you doing sleeping down there? I've slept great. It's quiet down here. The dog keeps me company. I sleep like a baby, and I have for the last 7 days, which has been awesome. But it is interesting that I'm here sleeping not too far away from where I had planned to kill myself, and nearly pulled it off, for that matter. And I've thought back to this space all those years ago, and for a long time it felt like just this big weight pulling me down. Like I did not deserve or could expect good things down the road in my life because I tried to end my life, and so the rest of it is forfeit. And so I would have cursed that man a few years ago who asked me, would you replay every second of your life again? And I wouldn't want to replay this. But that was then. And as I've grown, as I've worked on myself and tried to refine my perspective on things and grown up in a way, I have looked at this and been, you know what, as scary as this was to go through alone, I would still be okay having to go through every single choice in the past 31 years of my life, every experience, every decision, every good and bad thing that happened to me. I'd still do it exactly the same. And now I would praise that man as being an angel with good news and say, you know what, I've been through fire, I've been through hell, and I've come out of it, and now it's so far past me, or I'm so far past it, that I can sleep just a few feet away from where I tried to die and sleep like a baby. And it's interesting being right here, because this wasn't a full ceiling. There were, you could see the beams. It was an unfinished ceiling. And when I came back from my first hospitalization following my suicide attempt by hanging, my mom had drilled coverings up on the wall, and I wasn't allowed to sleep down here, by the way. They had me sleep upstairs with the door wide open for a few days after I got back. But this is a powerful area for me. You know, it has a sense of weight to it for me, because that kind of goes without saying. But I am no longer that young man, and I've been fortunate enough to have enough experiences since my attempt to die by hanging that have clarified to me what I'd like my life to be about. And part of that is a deep part of that is my family, which is why I've moved back to Georgia from Maryland, and that's why I've been kind of quiet the last few weeks. I've been preparing for this move and a new job here in Georgia. But this has been such a good move for me. And like I said, even though I'm only a few feet away from where I tried to die, this is, I feel I've built up enough experiences and studied enough of philosophy and my own self and how my brain works, and the fact that I am more than a collection of the choices that I've made. I am more than just somebody who attempted to die by hanging or an overdose or with a handgun. Right? I am still just a human being, no more, no less, so I have no more or less value than any other human being. And I have a very unique set of experiences, so it's very difficult for me to now say that life isn't going to be good or could be good just because I've had this bad experience or a few of these. It's now I hit the lowest possible point I think I could hit in my own mind. And I got through it with family, with my friends, with a lot of therapy, with a lot of different medications and treatment plans, and some stuff that's a little off the wall and esoteric, but I like because it lets me kind of see what I can affect in my own mind. And now the challenge for me is, can I continue this upward trajectory in my journey? And this has been a good step, that even though I am back right under the place where my family would have found me, and I can go to sleep and they can go to sleep, and we all know I'm going to be okay, and that the morning's going to come, and that a new day is going to be here, and that I'm gonna have as good a day as I can make it. So, to anybody out there struggling with thoughts of suicide, know that you're not alone. Know that there is something after your thoughts, and that if you can get help before you get to a spot where I did, where I'm standing on a stool here with a belt around my neck, if you can get help before then, you aren't bound by where your distorted thoughts might want to take you. And I was fortunate enough that I was unable to kill myself. Not for lack of trying, but I can be okay with this now. And it took many, 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 many years. And it's just, for me, a bit of a unique kind of poetic thing, in that I can sleep where I tried to die and sleep soundly. I wouldn't wish that experience on anyone, but if you are having those thoughts, there's places that you can go, people that you can talk to. I've got a whole bunch of links in the description below, as well as on my website at mentallyagile.com. And there's so many people out there who can help, who can lend an ear, me being one of them as well. So if you're thinking thoughts of harming yourself or ending your life, however detailed of a plan you may or may not have, or it's just this feeling that you don't want to be here anymore, there are so many ways in which that you can find some help, and it may not feel, as I did, that you can ever get past those thoughts. But I just would encourage you, as I've learned, that sleep on it. And see what tomorrow might bring. And tomorrow might be just as bad as today. And if that's the case, sleep on it again. And tell someone. Please tell someone, because I was all alone right here. And I nearly killed myself. But I'm not alone anymore. I have my family, I have my friends, I have so many people around that I'm connected with now, and that I feel more connected to with the work that I've done on myself and with these relationships, that I can now sleep here. And I've come full circle with it, and so that is possible. So, I'll be back writing and doing more videos now that I'm mostly settled in to my new home here. So if you have any ideas or questions that you'd like to ask me or topics you'd like me to cover, feel free to message me or head to my website at mentallyagile.com and fill out the contact form. I'll be able to get back in touch with you. So, yeah, thank you all for listening, and have a good start to your week.